started freaking out and yelled at my mom and the kids to immediately get back in the house. The kids immediately started scrambling inside while my mom stood in the same spot, yelling at the car and telling them she was going to call the cops. I then started walking towards her just so I could pull her back into the house and away from the vehicle. That's when the car suddenly rolled down their windows, revealing 2 or 3 men wearing ski masks. The one closest to the window then pulled out a firearm and started waving it around.
Happy Mother's Day, you old fart! Today's gonna be your lucky day!
He then smiled at me and my mom, and that's when I yelled saying,
"Mom, get inside!"
as I started running back towards the house. And as I made it to the porch, all I could hear was a loud bang sound. All I could remember was ducking for cover, as my relatives inside the house started screaming in despair and confusion, not knowing what the hell was going on. The car then immediately drifted off. I then got up and slowly turned my back to see where my mom was, and there she was, laying lifelessly on the lawn. She was still, eerily still. I then ran to her screaming,
"Mom! Mom! Mom!"
over and over again, but there was no response. I took off my shirt and used it to cover her wound as my relatives called the cops. An ambulance with a few cruisers showed up, taking her to the hospital, but it was too late. She was gone. The police went searching for the suspects, but unfortunately, they were unable to be found. There wasn't much evidence that my family and I could provide to the police. We had no camera footage, no license plate, nothing other than just some males wearing ski masks. After providing police with our testimonies, they concluded that the whole thing was just a senseless, motiveless crime, just really some sickos in a car. The next few months after that tragic Mother's Day weekend was a blur. I couldn't sleep or eat. I was just numb. The house felt empty, and the kids were understandably quiet and scared. None of us wanted to step out of the house and deal with the fact that we might see those guys again. A few years after the incident, my family and I moved out, but we couldn't deal with the fact that those guys could still show up anytime, whether it was a birthday, holiday, or Mother's Day again, and possibly target us for no apparent reason. This story was inspired by a horrific incident regarding an Alabama grandmother who was celebrating Mother's Day with her family when someone opened fire on the outdoor party just after 7 p.m. on Sunday, May 12th. Gloria Cruz, 64, was fatally struck as she reportedly rushed children playing outside back into her house for safety. She collapsed on her lawn. Cruz unfortunately did not make it at the scene. Police are offering a $1,000 cash reward to anyone who may have seen something or knows something, and to come forward with any information related to the suspect. Cruz's daughter has set up a GoFundMe to set up for funeral expenses. No arrests have since been made, according to police who say the case is still under investigation.